Hi, welcome to Child at Heart. So excited to have you back on this channel. My name is Gifts. I'm the founder of Child at Heart. If you're seeing this video for the first time, please click the subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always returning to this channel. Here we talk about childcare, education, consulting. I'm sure you're going to be happy that you found this channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips on how you can upscale your career as a teacher, how to be one of the top 3 best of your employer. Stick around. Welcome back. So the first I'm going to be sharing with you is align your goals, your vision, and your mission with that of the school. As an individual, we all have our goals, our career plan, and what we want to achieve. So now that you are in the system, now that you are in the school, you should be working together with the school, right? So what you can do for yourself to help your career grow as you're improving and helping the school grow is to find a way to tweak your goals, your plans, to be in line with that of the school's goals. Every school, every organization, every school that is vision driven, every school that keeps improving, every school that is conventional and aligns to global development, aligns to global education, and gives the best as it has to do with education, 21st century best practice, is a good place to thrive in your career. So I will encourage you to align your plans, your visions, your career to that of the school. If you are able to do that, as the school is moving, you're also moving with the school. And in areas where the school might not be moving as fast, that is where you come in as a global teacher to also drag the school either by your innovations or your suggestions or your productivity. That is where you come in. That way, your lesson notes will be global oriented, and your lesson notes is going to show that this teacher is exceptional. You bring in STEAM, you bring in everything that has to do with teachers or students being the best. Because now you're partnering with teachers all over the world. Find out what they're doing, what is happening in the class of a teacher in Spain, what is happening in the class of a teacher in the UK, what's happening in the class of a teacher in Ghana. The schools that are doing well, the best schools in Africa, the best schools in Europe, as it has to do with your class and it has to do with the subject that you're handling. What is happening as a reception teacher, as a year 1 teacher? What is happening in the class of another reception teacher's class in another country that is a developed country? What are they doing better? What are they doing differently? Find it out and bring it into your classroom. That way you're helping the school also grow. So as the school is driving you while you're on the bus, moving with them, you're also filling in the gaps where the school might not be seeing. When you have opportunity to partner with your colleagues to collaborate, feel free to collaborate for those that will be willing to welcome collaboration. That leads me to the next point that is going to help you upscale your career. Be growth oriented. Everyone that is going to be successful, anyone that is already successful, is always putting the standard high for themselves. They are always steps ahead of everything that they are doing. So find ways that will bring growth through bringing in competitions, bringing in collaborations with other schools. When you bring in other schools for competition, or you take your school out for competition, if it's either for art exhibition or either for spelling bee competition or either for math competition, to schools that are top schools within your vicinity. Collaborations will also make parents know, oh, there is a school like this. It's a way to advertise your school, to showcase your school. It's also a way to interact with other teachers in other schools who might be doing better than you, or who might even have something to gain from you. Always be growth oriented. Also find out what they are doing in their curriculum that might be different from what you're doing in your school. They might have a better approach to STEM. They might have a better approach in teaching. They might have a different concept to approaching these topics. You might be having difficulty in a particular area, but collaboration and interacting with teachers in other areas will give you an idea to approach it in another way that might be easier. That way, you're making yourself learn. You're also exposing yourself to a lot of knowledge and a lot of practical ways to upscale and become an outstanding teacher. The next point I'm going to be sharing is be a good role model, not just for yourself, for the pupils in your class, but for other teachers. When you're very conscious of the things you say, how you dress, your courage, your decorum, even the way you deliver your class, even the way you manage your class. Classroom management is a very good way of showcasing your expertise as a teacher. When you come into your class, everything is organized. You have a way to control and bring discipline into your class. Being a good role model will make you stand out. Management will discuss you. Management will want to bring you into the management sphere, into their camp, because they know you have something to offer. In situations where they cannot bring you into the management team as a teacher, they would even make you a lead in your unit. Not because you want to be a lead, not because you want to be in management, but because you have a target, you have a goal in mind to upscale your career. Always be a role model. Always be the one that will be an example, a reference point to other teachers that are actually struggling or haven't been there when it comes to giving out the best. That is one way of upscaling your career. It's also another way of being the top best teacher or the top best staff in your school or before your employer. Another point I'm going to be sharing is respect due process. Yes, this is a very dicey, sometimes very sensitive area, because as we work together, as you interact with your team members, as you interact with your supervisors, there will be areas where you might disagree with their suggestions, or the instructions might not be so easy for you to follow because of one thing or another. But then you find a way around it. You find a way to follow due process because you signed to follow protocol. Be disciplined. You signed to obey, to follow due process. When you do that, other teachers are watching you, other people are learning, and they are seeing this is the best way to do it. You're not the type that bring chaos to the system or show signs of insubordination. When you are consistently obeying due process, following the school's code of conduct, there is a habit you're actually forming. You're forming a habit of discipline. You're showing that you can work in an international organization, that you can be your best in everything. You can even work with little or no supervision. That way, you're upscaling your career unconsciously and unknowingly. And you're also becoming the best teacher or one of the top best teachers in your school or before your employer. That will lead me to the last point I'm going to be sharing today is have love for the children in your care. Have love for your job. Develop that love. Every day, I don't know how affirmation works for you, but it works best for me. Speak words of affirmation, positive affirmations to yourself. Find a positive affirmation that is very simple, easy to say, easy to recite for the pupils in your class. That'll be your code or your bond or your watchword. Use to connect with your pupils, and they will say, oh, this is what Miss Gift says. Oh, this is what Miss Anne says. And it excites them. And it gives them a shield. It gives them comfort. It encourages them, something that they'll remember you for. It's a way of showing that you love them. Always bridge the gap of disagreement in your class. Break the walls of disagreement, the walls of class, the walls of segregation. Always allow your people to interact with others. Let there be love among themselves. Preach love. Preach equality among your students and show them how to love by singing, by caring for one another, by taking turns, by apologizing, by being empathetic. There are so many ways of showing love professionally to the children you are caring for in your class. And remember, it starts with yourself. When you love yourself, when you've taken care of yourself, When you show love to yourself, you have permission to yourself, you're positive with yourself, you're calm, you're tender, you're gentle with yourself, you'll be able to share that or spread that with the children in your class. To be a teacher, to be an exceptional teacher, is not something that comes so easy, but it's something that you can practice one day at a time and you become better at it. So, upscaling your career or being an exceptional teacher or being the top best teacher in your school or before your employer is not something that happens by accident. It's a deliberate effort. You will need to put in the hard work. You need to be determined and tell yourself, I'm going to be the best in my career. And with consistency, you will see yourself where you have always imagined. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.